Hey guys, it's Vanya from Merch.com. I've been merchanting since probably around 2005, which has made me quite a bit of profit. I uploaded a part of that on my merch log here, and this is a part of my merchanting between the summer of 2012 and the end of 2013, so about 1.5 years. I often get questions from people who want to get some tips to improve, and really most of the stuff is incorporated in videos I have made on this channel. However, I thought it might be helpful for some of you if I share these 10 merchanting tips that have helped me tremendously throughout the years. If after watching the video you feel like you can relate to them, do me a favor and post a score on 10 in the comments of how many of these 10 things you're actively working on or keeping in mind. So here are my 10 merchanting tips. The first one is of course patience. It is really essential for merchanting. If you don't have it, then practice until you learn it. It's really worth it and will massively increase both your skill and profit, while also helping you in your personal life. Second one is feeling, and I know it might sound a little bit deep, but your feeling is usually your best friend when it comes to merchanting. Listen to it when it speaks up, but don't try to convince yourself by imagining it is there when it isn't. You'll know what it really is, and like it or not, but it's smarter than you. Your brain will almost always contradict your feeling by looking for stuff like logical patterns and comparing things to the past, but merchanting is not always the same. There's also the possibility that you do not have a feeling whatsoever. In that case, just ignore this one, but personally, my personality type makes me a very intuitive person, and when my feeling does speak up, it's almost never wrong. The third one is doubt. Really, a man's true enemy is doubt. Your mind is what makes you doubt, and the more you know, the more you will overanalyze things. The answer is often very simple, as the average RuneScape player isn't that intelligent, so make sure you don't always overcomplicate things. The fourth one is knowledge. Never buy in on an item that crashed if you do not know with 100% certainty why it crashed. Use the knowledge you have from the game to your advantage and figure it out. There's literally always a logical reason behind it. Whether it's an upcoming update, the sentiment about the item, or what happened in the past, it doesn't matter, there is always a reason. The more you have played RuneScape itself, the better you will understand a lot of things that happen on the market, so use that to your advantage. The fifth one is accounts. Use multiple accounts once you start noticing a frequent lack of Grand Exchange slots. It will open your eyes to new possibilities as well as boosting your investment limit and profits. It's easy to run multiple accounts these days anyways with bonds. At some point you're going to hit your limit in accounts, of course, but the richer you get, the more you'll have to get into investing anyways, but that goes naturally. The sixth one is losing. If one of your investments crashed and it is about to bottom out, try to wait for the rebound, unless your item is of course useless because of some kind of game change. If the rebound is not enough to break even and you're losing a lot of money, it's usually better to just cut a loss and move on. It's not easy, but you'll get it back in no time. Try to have a positive outlook on a loss as well. It sucks and it happens, I know that, but you can learn something from it and become a better merchant. The seventh one is overconfidence. When you're very successful in your merchanting, be careful not to get overconfident. You'll be taking unnecessary risks and think you know it all, which can come with a nice price tag. It's good to be happy about your success, but also try to remain realistic and down to earth, and really think through the things that you do. The eighth one is variety. It's essential to have variety in your merchanting, and this goes for both your item choices and style. If you only know how to active flip party ads, for example, your profits are going to be low when they're very stable or crashing hard. Variety also means you shouldn't have all your money invested in one item. There are always plenty of them to choose from in different markets, so try to vary in that as well. The ninth one is experiment. You will undoubtedly get stuck with your merchanting at some points. Sometimes you'll need to reinvent yourself and experiment with different things in order to keep learning. It's always nice to look around the merch logs to get inspiration from others on timing and item ideas. The last one, but not least, is updates. Look out for game updates at all times and keep them in mind for any merchanting that you do. They influence all the items in some way and can make you some very easy profit or save you from losing money. Researching future updates is a very important part of merchanting. Knowing more than most others will give you a massive advantage. It's also important to keep updates in mind when planning your merchanting. Make sure to plan it so that you've got some money available when there could be an interesting investment opportunity. I hope that these tips helped some people out. Feel free to leave a post below if you want to share any tips with others, or if you think I'm wrong about any of these. Thank you for watching and good luck with your merchanting.